Welcome to the Skyline High School Class of 2020 Commencement Ceremony.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
And the rockets rise where sailors flew. They flew through the night, the flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Presenting this year's academic student speaker, Katie Braden.
Baby boomers, Vietnam War. Generation X, Mount St. Helens eruption. Millennials, 9/11. Generation Z, our generation, coronavirus pandemic. How did the world live on after these events? What was the solution? Well, it can actually be solved with a pretty simple math equation, or math inequality to be more specific. And it goes like this. Solution to reshaping the world after a catastrophic event equals the positive impacts left by the people of this world greater than the negative impacts left by the event. These generations face a choice to let the detrimental effects of these catastrophic events leave a negative impact on this world, or a choice to let their innovative solutions leave a positive impact on this world. They chose to let good defeat bad. These generations worked hard to reshape the world that we live in today. Now, it is our turn. My name is Katie Braden, and I have been so lucky to get to know very many of you throughout my time here at Skyline. I could not be more proud to call myself a member of the Skyline High School Class of 2020. Graduation marks the end of one chapter of our lives and the beginning of another. From here on out, we'll be making our own decisions as adults. As we enter this realm of adulthood, I would like to offer a few things to keep in mind. Follow your passions. We are all put on this earth for a reason, and our passions serve that reason. Be curious. The most successful people in life are the ones that ask the most questions. It is when we aren't learning that we become bored or unmotivated. So whatever it is you're passionate about, find ways to continuously learn. Finally, set dreams and have goals, but don't be attached to their outcomes. We'll face countless times in our lives where the outcomes of situations are out of our hands. So be proud of the one thing you do have control over, the effort you put in. As we step into our futures, we face a choice to do something today that will serve our dreams of tomorrow. Today, we share a moment of reflection upon every step we took to get here. When we look back at our 4 years at Skyline, what are we going to remember? Well, what better than to hear it from a few Skyline seniors themselves. Our Issaquah. I will forever cherish hearing inspiring stories from Dr. Sharma or Ms. Matheny and going on random laughter-filled adventures with my friends. JJ Boricheski. My favorite memory was going to the Skyline boys basketball games because the entire student section was so united and we had such a fun time together. Caitlin Yunker. I remember hugging my cheer team with tears streaming down my face after state. It was then I realized that life is much more than a trophy. It's about love and family. If you noticed, not one of these people mentioned the grades they got in each class, the number of likes they got on Instagram, or a leadership title they had. These are all great, but they do not define us. What does define us, and what defines true success in life, is not a monetary figure, award, or title you receive. Rather, it is what you inspire others to do. Steve Jobs, founder and CEO of Apple, said it himself, "Being the richest man in the cemetery doesn't matter to me. Going to bed at night knowing I've done something wonderful, that's what matters to me." So as you look back at your 4 years at Skyline, and as you continue to reflect on your experiences in the future, you have a choice to make. A choice to wake up every morning and ask yourself, what can I do today to be a little better of a person than I was yesterday? So I've said it. Look forward, set dreams, have goals. Look back, reflect, learn. But most importantly, live in the moment. You see, high school is a time where half of ourselves feels as if we found who we truly are, and the other half of ourselves feels confused now more than ever on what we want to do with the rest of our lives. And that is okay. We are exactly where we need to be. So today, you have a choice to make. A choice to look forward and ask yourself, what can I do today to serve my dreams of tomorrow? A choice to look back and ask yourself, what can I do today to be a little better of a person than I was yesterday? A choice to be in the present and ask yourself, what can I do today to express gratitude for everything I have in this moment? And finally, a choice to solve that simple math equation by letting our innovative solutions to this pandemic outweigh its detrimental effects. Skyline High School Class of 2020, it's been a wild ride with you guys these past 4 years, and I cannot wait to see where the future takes us. Thank you.
Skyline Vocal Jazz will now perform This Little Light of Mine.
Whoa, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of I'm gonna take this light around the world, and I'm gonna let it shine. Take this light around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna take this light around the world, and I'm gonna let it shine.
Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This
Now please welcome the Skyline teacher chosen by the class of 2020 as this year's staff speaker, Laura Matheny.
Hello to the resilient class of 2020 and all the many people who love them enough to sit through this long online graduation ceremony. Thank you all so much for this opportunity to speak today. It is one of the greatest honors of my career. We don't often in life get to choose who tells our story, and I am deeply moved that you have asked me to share in the telling of yours. You were an extraordinary class, both as individuals and by experience. You are a class who last year was locked in, locked down. This year, you were locked out. April was a cruel month, and we can't make up for what you've lost. I can now take this opportunity to share what I see mid-pandemic or hopefully late pandemic in the superlative class of 2020. As a humanities teacher, though, I must start deep in the past for essential context. So I think it's vital we now shift to the Netherlands in the 1860s. In 1862, a Dutch ophthalmologist named Herman Snellen developed an eye chart that tests people's vision. Though I hear, and I'm sure he'd be disappointed to know, another chart is in wide clinical use. The expression of visual clarity developed from the use of this chart, 20/20 vision, remains ubiquitous. Maybe the class of 2020 quite literally wished for 20/20 vision in a higher pitched voice than you now use, as your sight was checked at Sunny Hills or another elementary school by one of our nurturing school nurses, whose brave support has always played a vital role in public health. Maybe we all thought we had 20/20 vision for your senior year. We focused on planning the celebratory rites of high school passage. You saw a future in work or even a live-away college called enticingly the mythical curtain raiser to American adulthood. The collective vision was that 2020 was going to be a great year to graduate. Your future, your path to work, college, a gap year, the military, or the multitudinous other paths available, opportunities for those who were launched from Sparta, were beginning to come into clearer focus. Then without a bang, with a whimper, your senior year ended. The vision became unclear. Things did fall apart. What other class ends school forever on Friday the 13th? You came into 2020 as students, but today you are now graduates who no longer just study the effect of disease on cells or public health or politics. You see the real issues in your world. The class of 2020 sees the polarizing social values of individualism and collectivism you've studied in humanities manifesting as a very real debate about businesses and counties staying open or closing, for some of you with very personal effects. The class of 2020 sees the sad truth that the death of one is a catastrophe, while 100,000 deaths is a statistic. Okay, now I can't escape being a teacher here. That quote also reminds me of an important value in 2020, the power of research, multiple sources, and valid citations. The Washington Post attributed those callous words to Joseph Stalin in 1947, but they were possibly first published by a German satirist in 1925, when giving a casually dismissive tone to a French diplomat. Historically, the actual citation is pretty much lost. But it reminds me that misattribution in a time of fear is a type of lying, showing the propagandistic power of telling stories that aren't true. The class of 2020 has been epically resilient in the face of great personal loss and has learned a lot in the waning hours of your high school tenure. You learned with, as I suspect, as much dismay as your teachers and administrators, that what you've been doing your whole education has been synchronous learning, and that we would be immediately and permanently adjusting to asynchronous learning, showing the real benefit of a live community for some. You learned that equality and equity are not the same, and that equity takes time. You see that assuring all people have access to what they need to learn is necessary for public health. You learned the importance of dedication, of bravery, of hard work from those on the front lines, and that those front lines are no longer in Iraq or Afghanistan. They may be at the QFC, or the PCC, or the hospital you volunteer at. You learned your individual actions are important, as you will impact many people you do not see. You learned armchair quarterbacks become armchair virologists, and backseat drivers become backseat governors and superintendents. You saw that real virologists, governors, and countless others perform well and poorly, and I'll bet, despite not being at school, you learned from them all. The class of 2020 has shown me that they do not hide from adversity with their graduation today. I've learned that a lot of them do, however, hide their faces during Zoom classes, especially when they are scheduled earlier in the morning. I guess we'll find out if that is their right to privacy. I feel confident that in future years you, the class of Skyline's 2020 graduates, will be the educated, the dedicated, the brave, the workers, and most essentially, the good people, the helpers who bring us through future crises. Now, after 17 years of teaching English language arts, 2020 vision for me is a literal impossibility. Far too many papers graded. And Dr. Snellen, the Dutch eye chart guy I previously mentioned, he gave us, today's adults, no chart to see if what we are metaphorically viewing during this pandemic, if we are really seeing it clearly. Let me speak for Gen X and maybe even some boomers. We will do our best to protect you, but this is our first pandemic too. Please assume our positive intent, give grace, and ask to help, as change can be very invigorating, and there will be significant opportunity for some in the coming years. I encourage you to use the priceless privilege of education to tell your own story and live your lives. Use your lived experiences as evidence and know that they have great worth. Y'all, try to make some memories together this summer. Maybe do one of those huge prom asks anyway. Make that big ask poster so someone else can find it together and smile. You Zoomers always ask each other to dances in a way that was a more unique and grand event than the dance ever was anyway. Class of 2020, we are your safety net. Go, virtually or literally, and rebuild the world. Thank you for the time we shared with you in Sparta.
Presenting this year's student speaker as chosen by the graduating class, Nikhil Gengurdi.
With this abundance of time, stuck at home, I've done a lot of thinking, as I'm sure many of you have. I've thought a lot about life after high school. What will I learn? Where will I work? Will I ever get a dog? Will I ever have muscles as big as Hayden Miller's? And just when will I finally find the elusive Bigfoot? I've contemplated it all, folks. And I'll admit, I'm worried. I'm worried that things might not go to plan. I'm worried that circumstances may change, and I'm worried that hopes and dreams that I've held close to my heart for so long may never be realized. But to me, a little bit of worry is normal. Worrying doesn't mean you're scared. We've all been worried about a test or a presentation, but we were never scared of them. That really hard test didn't make you run away, you were just worried. You knew it was difficult, so you approached it with some caution. Worry is normal. And though I may worry about the future, I do not fear it. For if there is one thing Skyline has shown me, it is that there is strength in moving forward, even in the midst of hardship. This year, I witnessed our community grapple with intense tragedy. I will never forget watching a close friend of mine walk out of the Lyceum Theater after finding out about just one of these tragedies. He came up to me and he hugged me. I asked him how he was holding up and if there was anything I could do for him. For a moment, he stayed silent. Then he simply looked at me and said, "All we can do is come together and get through it." And I'm glad I have friends like him because he was right. In life, we will face struggles, both big and small, and we may worry about these struggles, but we shall not fear them. For while fear encourages us to cower, worry encourages us to prepare. Worry encourages us to learn. And while we struggled this year, we came together, we got through it, and we learned along the way. At the end of last year, many of us walked through Skyline's green double doors saying, "Next year will be the best year. Senior season, we called it." The successes, failures, triumphs, and tribulations of the last 4 years would finally come to fruition as we would walk across the stage at T-Mobile Park, giving Principal Hennig a firm handshake with the right hand and receiving our diploma with the other, all with pomp and circumstance playing behind us. And though this year was not quite that, I ask you to consider not what we lost, but what we gained. Our class of 2020 has gained a mindset of resilience. We have faced difficulties, we have borne uncertainties, and we have been forced to accept challenges. Sure, we were worried, but we were never scared. We leaned on each other, and through it all, we learned. For me, knowing this about our class begins to quell my worries for the future. I know that we, as the creators, the doers, the go-getters, and the leaders of tomorrow, are resilient. We will choose to face difficulties because they are difficult. We will choose to bear uncertainties because they are uncertain. And we will choose to accept challenges because they are challenging. And through it all, we may worry, but we will never be scared. We will come together, get through it, and keep on learning. I look back at my time at Skyline fondly. As the years pass, the class of 2020 may scatter across the globe, but no matter where you go from here, the college, the military, trade school, the workforce, take these lessons from our community and make them part of your credo. Life may bring difficulties, uncertainties, and challenges, but remember that it is okay to worry. It is okay if things do not go to plan. It's okay that I might never get a dog, and in the end, Bigfoot may finally escape me. But through it all, lean on your community, and remember to be fearless. So go forth, and be fearless, class of 2020. Be fearless. For we all can have muscles as big as Hayden Miller's. Thank you, Skyline, for 4 years that shaped who I am today. I'll miss you all dearly. I'm Nikhil Gangurdi. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Please welcome the principal of Skyline High School, Keith Hennig.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, in the graduating class of 2020. My name is Keith Hennig, and I have the privilege and pleasure of serving as principal of Skyline High School. On behalf of the Issaquah School District, welcome to Skyline's inaugural virtual graduation commencement ceremony, celebrating the 22nd graduating class of Skyline High School. Words cannot express the mix of emotions I feel for the class of 2020. The challenges you face this year are unlike anything we could have imagined. I am sad your senior year will end with distance learning, drive-through events, Zoom meetings, a canceled prom, and a virtual graduation. Nothing Skyline did or say can ever replace the experience and memories of finishing your senior year alongside friends, classmates, and teachers. I am truly sorry your high school career will end on YouTube. But today I want to share my takeaway of the class of 2020. Specifically, how your positivity in the face of adversity was an inspiration to me and a lesson for all of us about how to approach life. One of my favorite books, They Call Me Coach, legendary UCLA basketball coach John Wooden said, "Things turn out best for people who make the best out of the way things turn out." This has stuck with me because it's about understanding that life is not a static, linear event. As you know, things rarely work out as planned. When things change, when obstacles are placed in front of us, we have two paths to take in response. One is the path of least resistance, blaming others and making excuses. The other is to realize the importance of a positive attitude and a relentless effort to find an advantage to every situation. Now, while our road this year has been anything but traditional, I am extremely confident the graduating class of 2020's approach to the challenges presented this year will allow them to make the best out of our current situation and the best of any future obstacle. A month ago, I sent a survey out to our seniors asking for feedback about the extended school closure. Included in the survey were several open-ended questions, giving students the flexibility to speak their minds. I'll admit, I was a little nervous as I started to review the responses, worried our seniors were going to be upset about how remote teaching and learning was going, mad about losing end-of-year senior activities, and in response would offer strongly worded suggestions to remedy the many changes. With high levels of fear and uncertainty all around us, I was concerned our students would focus only on what had been taken away and look to place blame or point fingers for what they had lost. But as I started reading the student responses, it became abundantly clear that the graduating class of 2020 was doing exactly what Wooden alluded to. Our seniors were working hard to ensure they had made the best out of the way things turned out. Our seniors were more than understanding about a canceled prom, gave thanks for the planning and preparation of our virtual events, and were extremely appreciative of Skyline staff and the efforts to keep them connected to school and engaged in content. Our seniors listed over and over again what was going well in their post-school closure life, not what was different or missing. One of the most popular responses from our seniors was that the school closure had allowed them to spend more time with their families before they left for college or moved out on their own. Time they would have never had if school had remained in session. Families and friends, you heard that correctly. Your adolescent high schooler actually enjoyed being home with you. Our seniors went on to highlight the fact that they enjoyed self-paced learning, were excited about no IB exams, and explained what it felt like to be less stressed. They shared their excitement around grades that couldn't go backwards, how thankful they were that there was less homework, and finally told us that having expanded knowledge of instructional platforms might actually prepare them better for life. The positive outlook of these young people continued into unrelated school activities. Seniors reported having expanded time to focus on existing and new hobbies. Here are some of my favorite quotes. "This time has given me time to make a super dope Minecraft world. My Netflix binge is strong. I learned how to cook. I have been chefing it up. I have gotten so much better at Call of Duty. And finally, I am becoming a TikTok legend. I would like to add that I also have aspirations of being a TikTok legend. But it didn't stop there. Seniors talked positively about learning more through less direct instruction. Getting in shape, lifting weights, working out, exercising, getting more sleep, feeling healthier. And when asked about the biggest challenge, their answers were not associated with remote assessment, writing essays outside the classroom, or using multiple instructional platforms. It was that they simply missed their friends and teachers, and they wanted them back. It was after reading the class of 2020 survey responses that I came to the realization that our seniors are more prepared for life than any other graduating Skyline class, and way more prepared than I was at the end of my senior year. They have it figured out. Life is about friends. It's about relationships. And it's about taking unfortunate circumstances and making the best out of it. Our seniors have experienced difficulty, challenges, uncertainty, yet they continue to be positive and focus on making the best out of the way things turned out. Seniors, if there's one thing I can guarantee about life after Skyline, it is this. You will be confronted with future challenges, difficulty, personal conflicts, and professional obstacles. But when that happens, please remember how you responded in the last 4 months to one of the most challenging times in our nation's history. You approached our extended school closure, remote teaching and learning, months of stay-at-home orders, and losing out on the best part of your senior year with grace, understanding, flexibility, resilience, and most importantly, a positive attitude. I will never forget how this group of young people positively responded to the most challenging senior year in the history of Skyline High School. Seniors, thank you for all that you have done for Skyline. Please go out and use this experience as a springboard in your approach to life, because things turn out best for people who make the best out of the way things turn out. Best of luck, seniors. Stay positive. It's been an honor.
Introducing Ann Moore of the Issaquah School District Board of Directors to accept the class of 2020.
Congratulations to the Skyline High School class of 2020. It is quite an accomplishment after 13 years of school to finally reach your high school graduation. While I know the end of this school year did not go as you had expected, the changes in the last few months should not take away any of your sense of accomplishment. If anything, you should feel more confident in yourself, having completed your studies this year. The remote learning environment may have presented you with new challenges. If so, then you probably honed critically important skills such as persistence and resilience. When faced with having to learn a new way of doing school, you persisted through new challenges, such as how to communicate with your teachers and how to submit assignments. Adapting to that changing environment so that you can still meet your goals shows resilience. These are skills that will help you no matter what your future endeavors are. Speaking of future endeavors, wherever you may be going next year after high school, find a path that leads you to be the most authentic person you can be. As you explore this next phase of life, choose the path that lets you find who you are and where you want to go. Finding your own path, although more difficult, is much more important than following a path that someone else wants you to take. However, to find your own path, you must be honest with yourself, and sometimes that's very difficult. As you work to find your path, I encourage you to form your own goals and be persistent to reach them. If there is something worth doing, it will be challenging. If you are really challenging yourself, you will at times face failure. It is important to realize that failure isn't always a negative experience. Sometimes you can learn more by failing than by succeeding. To be able to continue in the face of disappointment, you will need to be resilient because life doesn't always follow a straight line, but has many curves and sometimes roadblocks. Learning to be resilient will let you take these obstacles and deal with them constructively. Persistence and resilience are two skills I believe are critically important to your success in the coming years. Now, it is somewhat bittersweet to be at the end of the road here today on video instead of in person, but I know there is so much potential in you, and I truly wish each of you the best and brightest future. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I accept the principal, Mr. Hennig's, verification that these Skyline High School students have met the requirements set forth by the Board of Directors of the Issaquah School District and the State of Washington. They are officially accepted as the Skyline High School graduating class of 2020. Congratulations.
Introducing the members of the Skyline High School class of 2020.
Brooklyn Abbott. Blake Abrahamson. Giancarlo Agalotti. Gracie Ahuja. Rohan Aitharaju. Nebeya Alam. Braden Allaire. Rebecca Allen. Parker Alling. Nicole Allison. Skylar Alton. Deshaun Amruther. Samantha Antonio. McKenna Ard. Zaid Arif. Ken Armstrong. Lilia Arteminia. Elizabeth Asante. Sarah Azam. Rachel Bacon. Katie Baker. Will Baker. Chirag Balu. Yogesh Banala. Atisha Banky. Liana Beach. Mason Beckmeyer. Colby Began. Dennis Belyansky. Ethan Berg. Nicholas Berlage. Berkeley Barrett. Emilio Biggs. Mariah Bikanirwala. Mackenzie Binsaka. Rishi Biswas. Alexandra Bonenko. Joshua Borishevsky. Alyssa Bothwell. Emmett Bowler. Gabriel Bowman. Oliver Bowman. Madison Boyd. Catherine Braden. Elizabeth Bradford. Mary Brady. Kyle Bramble. Jonathan Braining. Maxie Brum. Elizabeth Broski. Stephen Burstetta. Logan Burrick. Andreas Busey. Riley Butcher. Anna Butler. Jacob Cabamallin. Daniel Cadera. Arabella Calvert-Lee. Niall Kamai. Vishal Kanumala. Sarah Carter.
Sophia Setesnik.
Onage Chuck Ruverthy. Charlie. Jesse Chung. Ruturaj Chapaikar. Sushil Shetty. Angela Chen. Jasper Chen. Arvin Chithambaram. Elizabeth Choi. June Chung. Kenneth Chung. Ashley Chow. Gabriel Christensen. Brian Chu. Jonathan Chu. Matthew Cobb. Elizabeth Cafaro. Ashley Cohen. Zachary Cole. Isabela Colindres Burgos. Georgia Cooper. Isabella Cooper. Olivia Cooper. Kelsey Cornelius. Angela Correa. Drew Cox. Henry Cox. Mia Crocker. Matthew Cromwell. Amy Quadra. Cooper Culver, Audrey Curtis, Zoe Chaya, Natalie Dacey, Faye Dannyluck, Fareza Daoud, Ethan Darnell, Delbar Darvish, Jackson Dean, Alyssa DeBraga, Alexis DeJenny, Nady Debar, Jiu Dro, Riley Diffenbach, Mark DeSalle, Nathan Doen, Eden Duong, Connor Driscoll, Mel Duenas, Carson Dooling, Ariana Dunn, Gina Eddy, Olivia Engel, Quinn Ency, Grace Facio, Zachary Tanner Fetchko, Olivia Feisner, Jing Fong, Hayden Fitzgerald, Grace Fletcher, Ryan Fox,
Ava Folkman,
Cole Fontanelle,
Ryan Fortier, Preston Faust, Noah Freshen, Gabriella Franco, Sasha Frederick, Maxwell Fürstenberg, Ray Funakoshi Anderson, Audrey Furphy, Tanisha Garg, Lucas Gaudreau, Suyash Gautam, Melody Sarah Gentleholm, Dahlia Gerchikov, Nikhil Gangurdi, Arjun Gill, Emily Givens, Nicole Gladfelder, Logan Glass, Alessia Glazova, Dylan Patrick Go, Stephen Goldman, Matthew Gong, Carlos Gonzalez, Trevor Gu, Cole Good, Ananya Goparaju, Abby Grant, Courtney Gross, Rafaela Guimaraes Farias, Eli Gunderman, Stephen Guo, Dhruv Gupta, Julia Gutke, Annalise Haynes, Dakota Hallberg Knudsen, Hallie Halverson, Yumeng Han, Alina Harris, Blake Harrison, Catherine Harrison, Sheree Hu, Lauren Heiberg, Mitchell Heisey, Jalen Higginbotham, Ella Hinkleman, Daniel Hirose, Alessia Hockman, Elizabeth Holloway, Danielle Hong, Nicholas Horker, Adam Horn, Cyrus Hosseini, Charlotte Howell, Brian Wang, James Wang, Yifan Huang, Matthew Hung, Sherry Hurt, Peyton Hutchinson, Colin Wynn, Wei Quinn, Isabella Wynn, Anna Ibarra, Jaden Enton, Arwa Iqbal, Savannah Jacola, Emma Jacobs, Julia Jacobson, Shreyas Jagalur, Dhruv Jagannath, Daniel Jager, Thomas Jekyll, Caitlin Gencola, Joseph Jang, Angelina Jaramillo, Luke Jarvis, Aryaman Jaswal, Emery Jendretska, Caroline Jenkins, Insung Jeong, Catherine G, Labib Jorder, Brigham Johnston, Livy Jones, Summer Jones, Mansi Joshi, Caitlin Junker, Anna Kazmarek, Gabrielle Kadish, Charles Ketzel, Eugenia Kagan, Sarath Kakani, Natalia Kariotis, Kyle Karupia, Craig Katsube, Jasleen Kaur Sidhu, Lydia Cowrie, Omid Kazamini, Taya Kazatova, Declan Kelly, Ashlyn Cortez, Shumail Khan, Rituja Karate, Amir Sharad Zezri, Hyeon Kim, Jeremiah Kim, James King, Ethan Kinnan, Paul Klimashev, Chloe Cleaver, Logan Knapp, Maxwell Knox, Alex Coe, Stephen Coe, Sungmin Ko, Sasha Kravchuk, Allison Kramer, Tara Krishnan, Anirudh Kumar, Annika Kumar, Pranav Kumar, Jason Kung, Stuart Canold, Vincent Kwok, Evan Langwa, Chris Lee, Connor Lee, James Lee, Kaylin Lewis, Christina Lewis, Catherine Lee, Kevin Lee, Yolanda Lynn, Carson Linsbaugh,
Camille Lisenby, Preston Livingston, Nathaniel Locke, Hussein Lokhandwala, Nicholas Longi, Peyu Liu, Troy Liu, Yi Liu, Tony Lee, Hugo McCrae, Shreyas Madwaraju, Sana Mahmood, Lucy Mallory, Stefania Marinescu, Paige Martini, Sierra Martinson, Shreya Messina, Olivia Maslowski, Donby Matthew Bravo III, Julia Matthews, Nicholas McElwain, Ryan McClendon, Berkeley Mead, Benjamin Meisenheimer, Flavia Mio, Sienna Marin, Kyle Meyer, Hayden Miller, Saba Mir, Jessica Mirabal, Adam Mo Lang, Richik Mohan, Rachel Moore, Emma Morgan. Arheep Morose. Alec Morrison. Visruth Murlidharan. Megan Murray. Harrison Myers. Siraj Nadella. Ibrahim Naguthanawala. Arya Naik. Satvika Nair. Andrew Nakashima. Alka Narayana. Benjamin Narkman. Michael Neese. James Newman. Quenny Wen. Jennifer Namora. Kevin Namora. Isabella Nord. Liam Oberst. Andrew Alariu. Brooke Oldham. Matthew Olson. Marcus Ovina. Jackson Palmer. Ishan Parikh. Aaron Park. Jiho Park. Samuel Park. Lauren Parker. Benjamin Parrott. Maitali Patel. Roshni Patel. Utkarsh Pathak. Helen Patterson. Lorenzo Patton Jr. Melina Paz. Kirsten Petros. Emma Peterson. Audrey Piker. Amit Paled. Julia Peter. Molly Petts. Haley Philpott. Lucia Piotraszewski. Olivia Pittman. Rose Pitney. Michael Popa. Akil Pothaneni. Varun Pradeep. Gargi Pradhan, Janavi Prasanna, Julia Pugh, Brandon Quinn, Kelly Quinn, Ramya Rajashekar, Hira Rajavel, Madeline Ramirez, Vishal Ramasetti, Jack Randall, Addison Rankin, Kyle Reese, Samantha Rice, Sydney Richardson, Megan Richin, Gabriel Riggy, Georgina Rios, Jeremy Ritchie, Maria Rivera, McKenna Rivers, Madeline Roberts, Olivia Robeson, Renee Rocket, Madison Rockwell, Oscar Rockwell, Megan Rodebeau, Courtney Rodman, Saul Rodriguez Tapia, Luke Rolliter, Caitlin Romanowitz, Harry Rosenthal, Oliver Roland Jones, David Roy, Joshua Ruffner, Tyler Runyon, Whitney Russell, Annalise Ryan, Sabrina Sabor Mohajer, Justin Sakamoto, Samuel Sala, Siddharth Sama, Diana Sambotin, Regina Sanchez Gonzalez, Ramya Sandadi, Catherine Sansing, Sanchit Sanyal,
Anushka Sarode, Sean Sachs, Andrew Schmidt, Ali Schneebly, Elena Schreiber. Mateo Schultz. Jack Schweitzer. Joshua Kenneth Scott. Daewin Seju. Karthik Selakumaran Latha. Joshua Sentel. Shanze Shaby. Matthew Shang. Kushi Shushidar. Christian Sheldon. Alexis Shen. Sarah Fatima Ali Sharif. Anna She. Evelyn Shim. Leo Shinoda. Reese Shrimpton. Henna Sibakov. Maria Silvera. Ryan Smith. Spencer Smith. Enya Song. Brianna Spence. Catherine Spence. Cole Speaker. Alden Spiegel. Taylor Rose Stanley. Sean Steck. Garrett Steinmetzer. Kimberly Strickland. Jacob Stuber. Jake Studebaker. Fidel Sukocho. Abe Sunil. Cherith Sunku. Saher Taj. Nathan Tamilsylvan. Alexander Tang. Diane Tang. Jordan Tedesco. Demetrios Theodosiadis. Shingo Tirada. Emma Terry. Christy Thompson. Marcus Thrain. Rithvik Thirumala. Ashley Tobler. Nariya Tor. Anthony Trick. Aniket Tripathi. Jacob Tui, Brianna Tuvi, Zachary Ulmer, Estelle Grace Uselman, Parth Vedya, Mateo Valdez, Nina Varganov, Kimberly Vega Corona, Andre Villalobos, Keenan Vincent, Rachel Vincent, Gabriel Vinnick, Raghav Vivek, Amrita Vivekanandan, Oana Vonica, Vidya Vupala, Andrew Wallace, Zoe Walshatz, Julia Wang, Juzi Wang, Evan Waite, Olivia Watson, Julia Watt, Grant Wiedeberg, Dylan Wei, Rong Wei, Harry Weir, Kate Welch, Lexa Wendell, Jordan Werner, Nick Westby, Chris Wharton, Emma Whitcomb, Brandon Whitney, Jessica Whitney, Benjamin Wickstrand, Dominic Weberg, Rachel Wilson, Anna Winnick, Shahaf Woolman, Joshua Walters, Mayung Wong, Adrian Wong Cascante, Stephen Woodhams, Michael Woodward, Christopher Wu, Emma Wipuchek, Juicy Sin, Warren Shong, Kevin Shu, Yifan Shu. Noah Yamoshita. Jeffrey Yan. Patrick Yancey. Jaden Yanchar. Alice Yang. Ava Yang. Jasmine Yang. Tommy Yang. Jeremy Yip. Nanami Yoshida. Corey Yoshimura. Rutger Yost. Kate Yu. Anderson Yuan. Tiffany Yuan. Alex Zaharia. Fernando Zahuita. Isabella Santona. Sophie Zabala. Zachary Zenner. Amanda Zhang. Alexi Zhang. Anna Zhang. Benjamin Zhang. Victoria Zhang. Zachary Zhang. Ricky Bianche Zhao. James Zhang. Ethan Zhu. Michael Zygmunt.
And now, Brigham Johnston, Senior Class President.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Brig, and I've had the privilege of serving as your class president in this way too short of a senior year. Like all of you, I'm tired about talking about the virus. I hate the news, I hate Zoom calls, I hate that I can't go on my mission, and all of your beautiful minds can't go out and absolutely kill it in your endeavors at a higher education, service to your country, or whatever else you choose to do in the future. But we can't do that. There's no way around it. This entire situation sucks. All of you were robbed in one way or another. Raj didn't get to score his first goal in an overtime thriller against Eastlake. Justin didn't get to hit a walk-off dinger to win the state championship. Saroth didn't get to throw whatever that big metal ball is a gazillion feet. Trevor didn't get the opportunity to win another Robotics Worlds competition. Julie didn't get to make Issaquah girls eat her dust at Kinko either. And of course, Tony didn't get to go to Tolo with Ava. We've all suffered during this time in one way or another, and unfortunately, there isn't always a life lesson behind the hardships that we endure. Sometimes things just suck. You guys know I'm no Nikhil Gangurdi. I don't have quotes on the tip of my tongue like his brilliant mind does, but I'd like to share a graduation quote from Chief Justice John Roberts that resonated with me. Now, the commencement speakers will typically also wish you good luck and extend good wishes to you. I will not do that, and I'll tell you why. From time to time in the years to come, I hope you will be treated unfairly so that you'll come to know the value of justice. I hope that you will suffer betrayal because that will teach you the importance of loyalty. Sorry to say, but I hope you will be lonely from time to time so that you don't take friends for granted. I wish you bad luck again so that you'll be conscious of the role of chance in life and understand that your success is not completely deserved and that the failure of others is not completely deserved either. I hope you'll be ignored so you know the importance of listening to others, and I hope you'll have just enough pain to learn compassion. Whether I wish these things or not, they're going to happen, and whether you benefit from them or not will depend upon your ability to see the message in your misfortunes. Skyline graduating seniors, the entire world is experiencing an enormous misfortune right now. Although we don't like it, the only option for us is to embrace the adversity that our misfortunes bring. In 5th grade, I had a very minor misfortune. I was hysterically small, but this didn't stop me from playing sports. My favorite sport was football, but I was too weak to be any good. My coach deservingly put me on the 2nd string, and I was pretty much useless and lacking of any courage. One practice, I was struggling even more than my usual, and fading away from tackles out of fear of getting hurt. My coach noticed and immediately gave me an earful of words that my innocent ears hadn't heard yet. His barking was a majority gibberish, but he echoed the sentiments of Philly legend Rocky Balboa. He quoted possibly the most cliche sports movie phrase ever. It's not about how hard you can hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. In the next practice, I came in with a new motor. I went for the biggest hit imaginable on our star running back. A hit that was so gruesome that it knocked the ball out of his hands. A hit that was also such poor form that it gave me a head injury that knocked the living daylights out of me. Right now, and for the foreseeable future, we as the human race are getting living daylights knocked out of us. We are all the scrawny, unathletic, dumb running back, and the linebacker, stronger than Mr. Steen, is knocking us down with full force play after play. Sometimes it seems as if we are no match for our adversities. Even if we get hit 5, 50, 100 times, I can guarantee if we keep our chin up, hold on tight to what's most important, and keep our legs moving forward, we will inevitably beat this thing and go on to be the greatest graduation class Skyline has ever seen. Class of 2020, I'm sorry for what we have lost, but I promise you, if you keep willing yourself to get up through all of life's challenges, you will blossom into even stronger characters than what I'm glad to call myself a part of today. Thank you for the countless laughs, memories, and experiences. I love each and every one of you, and I can't wait for the next time we reunite and celebrate this graduation the right way. At this time, I would like to ask the class of 2020 to please rise, no matter how awkward it is. Whether it be in your living room, kitchen, or backyard, please rise. Now, I'll ask you to turn your tassel from right to left. And that, my friends, marks the end of your high school career. Now look around to make sure you're in a safe place to throw your cap into the air. Thank you, Skyline, and congratulations.